So the last construction we're going to talk about is parallel lines. So for parallel lines, we're always going to be given a line and a point that's not on that line. So the first step is we're going to draw a line in, and this line is going to go through A and through the line K. This line, as we'll find out later and learn more about, is called the transversal. So I'm just going to... Alright, this is called the transversal, and I'm going to label it L, so line L. Where my points intersected, or my lines intersected, I'm going to draw a point, and I'm going to label it B. So we've got A and B. So step one was to draw this transversal in. Now, second step is we're going to put, I don't want to get in the way of you guys so you can see this, so I'll just stay here. Put your compass on B. And you're going to draw an arc of any size. I'm just going to put it through A. It doesn't have to go through A. So you're just going to put it on here and draw your arc. Freeze your compass. Okay. So once you've frozen your compass, you now have this arc. So this arc intersected at A, and it also intersected at a point down here. So I'm going to just darken that for you. And we're going to call this C. So we've got A and C. The next step you're going to do is pick any other point on the transversal. It can be any point you want. So I'm going to draw mine below because I have some room down here. So I have A, B, C. We're going to call this D. Now D is going to act just like our B did. So maybe I'll just call D B prime, just so you know what it matches up with. So B prime. So with that frozen compass distance, you're now going to take your compass and put the needle point on B prime. And you're going to take that frozen compass distance and draw an arc. That arc should be the same as this. So we now have where this arc intersected up here. This I'm going to label A prime. So the distance here from B to A prime should be the same as B to A. So one of the first things we can conclude from this is that BA is congruent to B prime, A prime. The second thing we're going to, or third thing now, to get step 3, is you're going to put, we need to know the distance from A to C. So we have our A prime up here, so that's the same as our A up here. So we know what we're working with. And we have that point that we created. So you're going to put your needle point or suction cup on A and draw an arc through C and freeze the compass. Then you're going to do the same exact thing down here. Put your needle point on A and then draw your arc. And you're done with the compass for now. So where this intersected, these two lines, that tells me where C needs to be in relation to A and B. So this is going to be my C prime. So, if you haven't picked up on it yet, we just created congruent angles. Just did it from the different side. So, the last and final step is to draw a line through B prime and C prime. And I'm going to label this green line J. So now we know that line K is parallel to line J. We also know, because we just constructed two congruent angles, that angle B is congruent to angle B prime. And we even also know that because we constructed congruent segments here, that the segment AC is congruent to A prime, C prime. And we'll learn later that these two angles that are equal are called corresponding angles. So to quick review this construction, first thing you do is draw your transversal. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is to draw the arc. And repeat the process with the new point you've labeled down here. And step number 3 is to measure the distance between A and C, and draw this lower arc. Then step 4 was just to connect the two points and draw a line. So there we have it, parallel line.